Charles Barkley. And a look at tonight's Wendy's NBA scoreboard. Celtics having no trouble with the Charlotte Ball Club. Utah without John Stockton tonight, leading New Jersey. They have more action coming up for you later as a three-pointer was just nailed by Rod Higgins. Now has 5 in the game. Don't forget Bulls and Lakers in the second half of our doubleheader tonight. Sixers lead up to 1 again. Inside it comes to Mahorn. And he converts. Mahorn with 6. A 3-point Philadelphia lead. Way off the mark. Jaminski pulls it away. Dawkins in the front court fighting Mahorn. That's the man they're going to right now. Mahorn threw an elbow. He got a technical foul called by Hugh Hollins.
Yeah, he wasted no time, and Mahorn had no reason to do that because that was not a dirty foul by any stretch of the imagination. Watch the play inside. Here's Mahorn trying to get his position. Now he does. He backs his man in. He'll go up for the move. There's the fade. Just grab. Then nothing. Now, boom, watch. Boom, right there. Throw that elbow. Not unnecessary.
So the tee called against Mahorn. His teammates trying to calm him down.
See, they got to do that, Pete. You got to be right on top of it. You can't allow the players to realize they can get away with things. That's why Charles should have had a foul called against what he was doing against Mullins, because that's how games get out of hand. You know, you can take so much of something like that, and then you have to retaliate. You have to stand your ground. You can't just let somebody beat you to death.
So Mullins will shoot the tee, and he missed it. He stays at 29 points, and now Mahorn will be at the line after receiving the personal foul.
And then you saw the elbow again. Fortunately, it wasn't up a little bit higher, because that could have done some damage to the face area. But, of course, you know, Rick Mahorn plays the game very physical, and at times he will do some things like that, which are totally uncalled for and definitely on the dirty side. And it seems as though he has an effect on his teammates, obviously, or at least some of them, to go ahead and play an overly aggressive game. Charles Barkley, who is not one known for his defense and doing those kind of things, all of a sudden is doing things like we've seen out here tonight. Kind of reminds you of what happened with Bill Laimbeer. Kind of got caught as one of the bad boys, although he does play a physical game.
You know, Mahorn's really one of those players that you can look at the numbers in the box score and not understand at all the big impact he had in the ballgame. He has 7 points tonight. He has 7 rebounds. But it's the screens he sets, the physical way he plays.
Well, plus he has this Philadelphia 76er team playing a much more aggressive style of defense, obviously.
82-78, Sixers up by 4. They got Derek Smith on Mullen now. Barkley's playing Higgins at the moment. Higgins trying another three-pointer. This time it wouldn't go. Rebound goes out of bounds. And it belongs to Philadelphia. 3:41 to go in the third. Jimmy Lynam trying to coach his team to a 13th consecutive win. The Philadelphia 76ers record for consecutive wins in one season is 14. They play once more before the All-Star break. They play tomorrow night in Orlando. Derek Smith.
Barcelona's got caught being so worried about Barkley, he never saw the man coming. He lost sight of the ball.
Sixers up by 6. Just over 3 minutes to go in the third. Call a foul on Charles Barkley there. And he now has 4.
Well, hey, let's watch Barkley on Chris coming across the middle. He allows him to beat him across the middle. That's where he's in trouble. Then boom, over the back. Now, that was like nothing compared to what he was doing to him before. But because the ball was coming to Chris, everybody's attention was drawn to that, and they made the foul call.
So Barkley has to sit down now, as he has picked up his 4th foul.
That's okay. It's not bad. He committed about 15.
Only caught 4 times. 84-78. Under 3 minutes to go. Hardaway moving against Dawkins. They better hurry. Down to 2 seconds on that shot clock. Wouldn't go. Hawkins had the rebound. Lost it to Hardaway. And the rookie from Texas El Paso gets his first points of the second half. He has 14 on the night.
It's a delay of the game warning. Hardaway knocked the ball away after it went through the basket.
That was only the 4th rebound pulled away by Golden State this quarter. They've been out-rebounded 10-4, good buddy, by the 76ers here in the third. But That's not unusual for a Golden State team. They are often out-rebounded. Mahorn, Smith, Anderson, good ball movement. There's the shot attempt by Dawkins. Wouldn't go. Mullen pulls away the 5th Golden State rebound of the quarter. Hardaway to Higgins. Basket's good, and he'll have a chance to make it a three-point play.
And Mahorn better be careful because he's got one technical for throwing that elbow, and he almost wound up getting another one as he started to walk off with the basketball. But fortunately for the Sixers, he did not get the tee.
That is the 4th personal call against Rick Mahorn. A chance for a three-point play when play resumes. It's 84-82. Golden State now down by 2.
Spectrum, where it's a 2-point lead for Philadelphia. Charles Barkley said he'd get his ear pierced if the streak got to 10 for Philadelphia. He hasn't done it, so I asked him about it.
We'll definitely have the earring in Miami. I'm going to get it Friday morning. People have told me to wait until I could keep it in for a 3 or 4 day stretch. And Friday's my chance. I don't have to play again until Sunday, so I will definitely have the earring at the All-Star game.
It's an 84-83 ball game. Sixers up by 1. Just over 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Derek Smith working against Terry Teagle. Sends it across to Percy Hawkins. Hawkins couldn't get it to go, and after battling for the rebound with Thornton, it's finally pulled away by Teagle. He gets it off to Hardaway. Way down to Mitch Richmond, who immediately catches and shoots. Richmond now at 9 in the quarter, 21 on the night. Golden State's reeled off 7 straight points, and they've got the lead back. 85-84. With a minute and a half to go in quarter number 3. Derek Smith underneath.
He's called.
And the call's going to go against the Sixers.
They threw off the left arm there on that play.
Second against Smith.
Personal fouls on Derek Smith.
Right now, the 76ers looked like they were going to take control of the ball game. Allow the Warriors to, just get right back in it. The Warriors refuse to fold up. The big question still in my mind, though, Pete, is are the Warriors going to be able to sustain things, having to rely on so much of their starters? Higgins, of course, came in, knocked in a three-pointer, did a little something, but it's been the starters for the Warriors.
Primarily that starting unit, you're right. Hardaway working against Dawkins. Higgins going to try another one from out there. This one wouldn't go. And 76ers all over that ball. That guy, there were 4 Sixers shirts going up for that rebound. Little pushing and shoving going on between Kaminsky and Higgins underneath. Kaminsky missed the shot. Higgins pulled away the rebound. Less than a minute to play now in the 3rd. Hardaway has the ball tipped away by Thornton. The foul is going to be called against Bob Thornton.
That physical aspect of the game where Mahorn and both Barkley were getting a little bit carried away with things hurt the Sixers, I think. They wind up with 4 fouls. They're sitting on a bench as you watch the replay coming in. Thornton caught the arm of Hardaway to knock the ball away as Hardaway made a nice move to get into that penetration area. But sometimes you can get carried away with that part of the game, and I think it's backfired a bit on the Sixers. They had a nice little lead. Now they've lost 2 of their key players to have to rest with 4 fouls. There you see them on the bench.
Yeah, Mahorn and Barkley both on the bench. If the purpose was to shut down Chris Mullen, well, they've done that. Mullen's only scored 2 points in the 3rd quarter. It really hasn't been much of a factor. But they've also kind of gotten their own offense out of sync.
Well, yes, and plus they're on the bench now because they have some foul difficulties. So it could prove to be a big factor in this ball game. We'll see what happens in the 4th period.
Warriors have scored 9 straight now and have an 87-84 lead. Hardaway now with 16 points. And the whistle away from the ball blown by Terry Durham.
It's illegal defense, I believe, on Hardaway, yes.
So another technical foul assessed against the Golden State Warriors. It'll be Johnny Dawkins. 3 illegal Ds been called against each side of this ball game. Dawkins with 8 points on the night. If he makes that free throw, and he does.
Here's what happened. Hutch Hardaway, the middle of the lane right now, number 5 in the blue. There he is standing right there, not really guarding anyone. Drop down below that other area. There's different zones that you have there, and his man was 2 zones away from him, and you're only allowed to be 1.
Now the Sixers having a shot opportunity to bring Manuth back into the game. He's playing with 4 fouls. And Hardaway is going to be called for one there. And that is his third. So here's the foul situation now for Golden State. You've got Mullen with 4, Bol with 4, Hardaway and Richmond 3 each. And Kaminsky at the line.
You know, one thing about that illegal defense, especially this year, boy, if you try to go ahead and get into the middle area, especially down in that colored paint area, the officials are really aware of that and keeping an eye on it. It's very rare that you could see a player get away with zoning up in that area or dropping too low.
Kaminsky now with 11 points tonight. He hasn't missed from the free throw line. He's 5 out of 5. Here comes Richmond back into the game. Manute Bol sits down. That's because it'll be the Warriors on offense. Philadelphia has done a good job at the free throw line, taking advantage of all those fouls. They're now 11 of 14, only the third miss they've had in this period. A 1-point Golden State lead. Warriors have the ball. They've got about a 6-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Shot clock now at 11. Shot clock now at 6. And Hardaway found a seam in that lane, but couldn't get the shot to fall. Kaminsky the rebound. Marciulionis ties up Dawkins. Loose ball, Mitch Richmond. He launches it. Wouldn't go for him. The buzzer sounds, and quarter number 3 has ended. And nobody gained a thing in quarter number 3. At the halftime, Golden State had a 1-point lead. And at the end of 3 quarters, it's Golden State 87 and the Sixers 86.
To keep their 1-point lead with Chris Mullen not being a factor offensively.
He has 29 points of the night. 27 of them came in the first half. Still, Rick, only 5 Warriors have scored. Mullen now has 30. Teagle has 13. Hardaway 16. Richmond 21. And Ron Higgins, the only player off the bench who has scored. He has 8.
Yeah, I came up with 6 in that third period, which helped them some.
31 points for Mullen now. And Golden State leading by 3. Trying to snap a 12-game Philadelphia winning streak on Philadelphia's court.
I don't know how long Jimmy Lina can have Mahorn and Barkley on the bench. I guess it depends on how these reserves do.
Higgins the rebound. Off to Hardaway. Hardaway on the run. Goes coast to coast. Gets it to go for him.
He may have to call timeout or get those other guys back in. He can't afford to start falling too far behind here.
Golden State up by 5 now. 18 points for Tim Hardaway. In the opening minute of play in the fourth quarter. Sir Charles Barkley.
Well, with Charles,
22.
Of course, Charles back in. Rick Mahorn ready to come in and join him right now. He can't play with those guys out.
Teagle hits one. He has 15. Golden State on a 15-4 run right now. They open up a 5-point lead, 93-88.
Hardaway again, illegal defense. He was so worried about the lob as Barkley had great position. He stopped in the middle and wasn't guarding anybody. It was a good call.
That is 7 illegal Ds whistled tonight. 4 against Golden State, 3 against the Warriors.
Well, watch again. You see Barkley has a great position right here, and that's why Hardaway was just to the left, and he stayed right in the middle of the lane and wasn't guarding anyone.
Dawkins hits it. He has 9 points tonight. 4 out of 4 from the free throw line. And Golden State's lead now 4-point lead. There you see the men in trouble with 4 personals apiece. 2 on each side. And that's going to be called against Ron Higgins. He now has picked up his 3rd.
They need Anderson to come alive a little bit for him here, the Sixers do, to be able to pull this one out. He was kind of quiet there in that 3rd period.
And going to the line will be Ron Anderson. He didn't score at all in that 3rd period. At all time of his
Well, that's real quiet.
As quiet as it can be. Had 10 points in the first half. Anderson averaging 13 a game. Really came into his own as a man off the bench for the Sixers last year. And he hits them both, giving him 12 and cutting into that Golden State lead, 93-91.
Now, what Charles has to do now and Mahorn both, just go out and play some good, smart basketball. Don't try to do some crazy things that are overly physical.
Don't get us wrong. There have been some games during this long Philadelphia winning streak where they have been down in the fourth quarter. One of the things that Jim Lynam really likes about his club is the mental toughness they've shown in spots like this and how they've always been able to rally and pull those games out. And they may be on the verge of doing it again. We'll see. They can tie it up this trip. For a 3-point play will give them the lead. Wide open. Derek Smith. Wouldn't go for him. Mahorn. We're going to get a loose ball foul. It's going to stay right down that way.
Teagle grabbing on to Mahorn.
And Teagle has picked up his third.
I tell you one thing, you know, Pete, what you can do at home is you can afford to fall behind sometimes at home and crawl out of the hole. As we watch the left part of the